Yo, it's not our normal intro music.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Not the normal intro music. We actually in a different studio today, even though y'all can't tell we in a different studio, but we're in a different studio. And because we were having a great pre-production meeting that had absolutely nothing to do with the stream.
True.
So, but it's confidential and we're gonna keep it there. But it was a great meeting. But so
Definitely.
we're totally unprepared. Well, no, we're never unprepared. We just you know, we were doing something else. Anyway, this is the Hayward CPA live stream. Phew, man, episode number 50.
50.
Yo, this, I mean, let's. I mean, last episode was the anniversary, the firm anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
which was one thing. This episode, number 50, man.
50.
That's that's pretty impressive, if you ask me. Not that anyone was asking. I'm just saying.
I mean, this for our own regard.
Yeah, it's bananas. It's, it's number. I mean, it's pretty good to do something consistently.
Yeah,
50 episodes, son.
yeah.
Hey, come on, man.
And still smile and joke and
Yeah,
work and.
it's still working to get better. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
I can't complain about that.
We'll
So,
look back 100 episodes ago. Wait, that was us doing that.
oh yeah, well, 100 episodes, yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be like, man, we have all types of stuff popping over there.
Yeah, true.
100 episodes. But anyhow, I'm just out here working on some stuff. Um, so yeah, what's up, yo?
Yo, man. Hey, good morning. Happy Saturdays.
Yeah, happy Saturday to all.
Happy oven Saturday.
Oh yeah, the oven is on, man. The
It's
oven is on, Jack.
it's baking.
Yo, it's
This heat is serious, right?
yeah, it's a problem. And we heat indexes. I think then not this past week, the week before, we
Oh,
had
out of control.
the hottest day in recorded human history.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's just like it was. I mean, there's nothing you can say to that. Like,
Well, we were hot, but the West Coast was like what, 100 in the 120s and higher index. I mean, and then rain. Where's the rain at? No water.
no rain, but we got rains though.
Oh, we got rain, but
Like yesterday, it was wow.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Yesterday was a little
ooh,
interesting, right?
yeah. I mean, it was like, man, go get the ark, yo. It's about to. It was raining like that. Like I was up 4 o'clock yesterday morning. Friday morning 4 o'clock, and I was like, wait, hold, because we haven't gotten a lot of like rain with thunder. Like thunder, thunderstorm rain. So it goes a kadoosh. I'm like,
I
what
heard
the
that.
game is
I
this?
heard that the night before, right?
Yeah.
And I jumped up because I was not. I think I was in La La Land or about to. I was landing in the La La Land.
Yeah, you a lot
And
lazy.
I heard something go boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, somebody trying to break in my house. I jumped up out of the bed. Now then I looked outside and I see the light, a light. Oh, speaking of that, um, Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him the other
Nah, I
night?
ain't seen him. You
So
was able to see the northern lights.
listen, my brother sent me a text. I'll send it to you with the
Okay.
Northern Lights, and then I called him and I'm like, "What is that? What are you doing? Are you shooting fireworks?" He's like, "No, it's the Northern Lights." Okay, so I'm like, "Okay." So I ended up sitting on the phone with him for probably about a good hour, watching the whole on FaceTime, watching the whole sky
Oh wow, that's
light
deep.
up from left to right. It was amazing.
What?
Yo, it was amazing, my friend.
Get
Yeah, I'm
out
gonna
of here.
send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. It was amazing, bro.
Yo, that's all right.
And he, he had me. He set me up on his tablet FaceTime, and he just said it.
Yeah, great.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was definitely beautiful.
Yo, that's pretty. Yeah, I didn't know you. So he could see it from where he was.
In his driveway,
Oh, from his driveway.
from his driveway at 11:30 at night.
Oh wow,
Right,
that's
he was
serious.
just standing right, leaning on his car, and I'm like, this is crazy. And you see the lights behind the clouds. It's going. It's obviously coming from up, but it looked like it's coming from down and up and going up. And then it's a pocket here, it's a pocket here. It'll skirt all the way across this way and come back, and then you see the whole thing light up together. It was amazing.
Wow, wow. That's all right. Yeah, you guys send me that.
I'm
You
sending
guys
to you
send
right
me
now,
send
so
that to
you
me.
could be as awe as I am right about
Yeah,
that.
so I could be in awe. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so now we've covered the northern lights and the rain. so, so thus far, time to cue the outro. Yeah, we done. It's good. This is the Weather Channel edition right here.
No, who knows, man? We just it's all relative.
Or the week. Well, I mean, usually we recap the weeks or the 2 weeks. It's been it's summertime, so it's a little more. Um, we're doing work. Well, first of all, we had a great retreat meeting yesterday.
Yes, we
It
did.
was off the chain, so everyone that was there. We missed Latasha, but she sent us a great message later with her updates with Nicole, Tanya, Stephanie, and of course, Cortastic and myself. We're doing these quarterly meetings. Um, because we're 100% virtual. 100% virtual now. I mean, we pretty much were 98% virtual, but now we moved out of the physical office as a cost saving move because we were paying rent to store one storage what was it, shelf, one rack
Mm-hmm.
shelf. That's essentially what we were paying for. So I will say tactically probably could have gave it up last year.
Mm-hmm.
um I'll say that's one thing I'll say to everybody. So now we get into the business portion of the show. Probably last year, but you didn't know coming out of COVID. You had no, I mean, you didn't know what was going to happen, what the new normal was. But so, place, I could have been more decisive, saved a little bit of change. But what can you do, right?
You live and
So,
you learn, right? You go
oh
through
yeah,
it,
yeah.
you
That's
try it
why
out.
you have to have cash flow to stay around long enough to learn from your mishaps. See, I'm always on point. So there, um, so we had good meetings. We're good. We're doing a lot preparing, doing a lot of preparation for the fall and what we want to do. We've got a bunch of initiatives going down. You actually got a subject, my friend.
We always do.
Yeah, I got a subject because it does play. Because I had some reps, ADP meetings, and all this other stuff. And in lieu of what we were discussing, let's talk about hiring people. Makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
Hiring people. So this can get very intense. So because this has been some serious stuff going on here. So no, but let's talk about it. Um, in all seriousness, I look dead in the camera. Like I'm giving a statement to the country or something. But yes, I have crafted. I mean, so here's the story. We're evolving the firm. I think I may have mentioned this prior episode, but what one of my interests. I've always been interested in small business, but by design of this firm and other businesses I dealt with, it's about growth and it's about creating jobs for people. Um, One of the goals of what we do at the world famous, I had to zoom out. You know what I'm saying? I had to zoom out. You had to change the camera. So, yeah. So I was tired of seeing my. By the way, I'm taking sponsorships for a chair. chair is real hectic right here, man.
So that means that chair is overworked
Yeah, but it's been around, but it's so
and fully
comfortable.
overworked and fully appreciated.
Yeah, it's fully comfortable. But anyway, I get back to the chair. I'm being serious right now. No, because they got this thing that comes up on social media. You could redo this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. It
on top of
works.
it, this is a little patch or something. But
It
anyway, that's
works.
not
It
what we're talking.
works.
But listen, so it's job creation, and there's a couple of studies, and there's some information out here that I pulled up, talking about uh, companies that employ. Large percentage of small businesses are single person operations. Some have a few employees, and then there's a very small percentage of all businesses that have employees. Um, and I think, my thing is to try to work with people to increase the number that people that have employees, and I think people get turned off by it. So people say one of the things is, oh, well, I could do it myself faster than I could show somebody or something like that. But the points I wanted to make are, one, just on a personal thing. What happens if you get sick? What happens if you just tired of doing it no? Or what happens when you're ready to what they call retire?
Mm-hmm.
So the business is over. It's called a key man operation. It's just you.
Mm-hmm.
So is the business standing on its own? No, it's just you. That's it. So it's like you have a job for yourself, which is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I hear a lot of people talking about generational wealth. Well, let's imagine that you build a company that with employees that scales, that runs. It can run. It can run because it's systematically run. And you get, I'm not putting the age on it. You just like, you know what? I'm good. I want to go do yoga in Bali for the rest of my life. That's what I
True.
want to do.
True.
The business can still run, but guess what you can do? You can sell it. You created an asset. Not the asset like your primary residence. An asset that somebody can buy that you can take the cash and go do whatever you please with after. I got to put my primary home thing in it. The difference is if you make money selling your house, you got to live somewhere else.
True.
So, yeah. But an asset that you can sell, and or you could pass down, you can sell to the employees. The employees can buy it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Something called an ESOP.
Mm-hmm.
They can buy it from you. You can, we big into the children thing, but a lot of times the children don't want to do what you did.
True.
They not all buck wild like me. Um, and like, but you don't you. It's there's various everything. There's an exception. I'm even to the point where I'm gonna stop saying that. But you got to have something to sell. And if you're the only person operating it on at all levels, what am I
What do you
buying?
do? Right. What do you
And
do?
you want to quit? I can't buy you. I mean, without like I mean you know what I mean? Like what am I gonna do? So you can't sell it. So you don't have a business. You got a job.
A viable business.
No, you got a job. You got a job with a terrible boss.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You got a job with a terrible boss.
That's very straightforward.
Yeah. I mean that's just what it is. And that's fine for some people. People that have single source contracts and things like that. And that's what they want to do. Let me just say everything. This is not critical at all. What I'm trying to say is that, and to go further, I should pull up Dr. McCoy's.
Well, what you trying to say? I believe what you're trying to say. What you're talking about is that we have to stay focused, and we have to be able to build on what it is we want out of an actual business, and not just getting a certificate hanging on the wall and say that we're business owners. It has to be something that's effective. It has to be something that helps the economy, the community. Barring products and services that you sell, the infrastructure is really where the focus is, and knowing that it's a team sport and not an individual sport, which we talk about a lot because we run up against a lot of people that we provide services to that fall very short of what it means to actually be a business owner.
Yeah, well, just being an owner. Yeah. So you said it. You said it without me having to go.
Without the rant,
Yeah, but I'm still gonna do the rant. Because like, come on, let's be real. It wouldn't be the show if I didn't do the rant.
that's true, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that's no, but I was going to get some facts.
Oh,
You
let's
know,
go get it. I was
yeah,
I was I was just filling in the gap while
you
you
was
look for
filling
the
in for me.
facts. See
Yeah,
how I said that?
yeah, I know that was pretty good. So what I was looking at was let's see. I'm not going to show the information because we don't have permission to show it. But what was I pulling out of here? There's an interesting stat because we first with our people. Oh, you know what? I can show this. Actually, I can show this because this is open market. And you know what? I really want to show this. All right,
Right.
because this is one of this. I pulled this up. Yeah, I just gotta hold on, man. I got to show this. I just had to show this. This is this is very important. This is very, very important. Let's see if it'll come through. I hope everybody can see it. We're processing right now. We'll get it up there. But okay, let's see. We'll see if we can get this big enough so everybody can see. In fact, I might have to highlight this and make us small. Can we see this?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can see this right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to say about this. See, we're not seeing the whole thing. This is about from the SBA. They have this infographic, and it's not being as big as I want it to be, but it's an infographic about Black business ownership. This is public. I just pulled this down, and if you want a copy, just holler at us. But I'll read some of it because this is on the fly. But check this out. In 2018, Black business owners own 3.2 million businesses with 1.18 workers. Think about that. 1.18 workers, 3.2 businesses. That's not even average of one worker per business. That means a specific number of businesses had, everybody. I don't even know how you do that because you got into, don't you? Well, I guess you self-employed. So that's telling me that because when you're self-employed, you're not considered having any employees.
Right.
So 3.2 businesses, 1.1% had employees. That's the main fact I need to put out. There's some other good detail in here, but let's just deal with that for today. All right, let's deal with that. Let me get this out of here. All right. Like so what this is the part that gets me. 3.2 businesses, 1.1 employee workers. What? I mean, yo. I mean, there's so much to that, man. There's so much. Look, even our titles change colors. That's how much. That is unbelievable. And I know a couple of years ago, what I was looking up earlier, Dr. Henry McCoy had put something in there, and it pans out about right. He said over 90% or 89%, very high percentage of Black-owned businesses have no employees. Well, that's saying if we just interpret it, so that means 2.1 sole proprietors. 3.1 businesses, 2.1 of them are sole proprietors.
True.
Okay. So,
wow.
Let's talk about it. Okay. Let's just talk about it. And I want to talk about it in context to what a lot of us or what we say we want to happen in the economy and the sociology behind it as well.
Oh, okay. We going there.
Oh, I'm going all the way.
Oh, let's go.
It's
Let's
from
go.
the thing. Now,
Let's go.
but this is a community. We talking about the black community, but
Yeah.
the theory behind it is kind of universal. So we talk about. I want to. I got to touch generational wealth because it's the catchphrase. It's the generational wealth. I'm trying to build generational wealth. Yes, big thing on social media. Trying to build generational wealth. What does it mean? See, first thing for me is you got to build wealth. Wealth. Because I have wealth. Yeah, it's that queen. It's a queen. You got to build wealth first. No, but you got to build wealth first. You got to build wealth. Unfortunately, you don't go to the store and buy wealth because our community is good at buying things. You can't buy wealth.
You got to get to the H before you can get to the W. You got to get to the health before you can get to the wealth.
Oh yeah, but you have to accumulate assets.
That's the health of the operation.
Yeah, you have to accumulate assets. So you have to accumulate assets in order to generate wealth. And we have a great financial flip side episode where we explain what wealth is.
Mm-hmm.
Go through full hour. You might take you 2 weeks to listen to it. That's fine. It doesn't matter. You should go check it out. So wealth. So the concept is generational means I pass on. That's succession. Just taking our model, 2.1 million of those business owners can't even have a succession plan because they're the business. And to date, unless we're putting our essence into robots, which is probably already happening, they just haven't introduced it yet. When you're done, the business is done. Finished. So what are you passing on?
Cash.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No.
Cash, a car, and a house. And a dog if you have one.
Or the dog.
Or I say a pet if you have a pet.
No. So what everybody spends their money while they're alive. So I'm just saying, if you saying generational wealth and you don't take it, and granted, look, don't get me wrong. The instruments of investment and things, and that's a big thing for me. The term investment is probably one of that. It's not in the vocabulary of the culture. We don't understand investing.
Well, let's break. Well, I think let's have you break that down a little bit more, right? Because when you say the word investment or investing, I think what comes to most people's mind is money relatable to stocks in the market, right?
Yep. Well,
but when we're talking about investing, generational wealth, and investing, let's even incorporate. And you might be going there. I might be jumping ahead, but the investment and the investing of the time that is put into creating the infrastructure that can support the opportunity for the journey of generational wealth to even be on the table.
Well, yeah. Well, we could let's take. I mean, we can go dictionary. I'm gonna go off the top of the head right now, but we could look up dictionary in the term.
Webster's.
Yeah, we get Webster's. I mean, I got it over here. Let's be official. Let's not, there's no half stepping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Big shout. There ain't no half stepping. Big shouts to King. You know what I'm saying? So look, man. This invest. I'm gonna read. This is one of the dictionaries. Invest. See, I don't like how they say that. This is not what I'm saying. I mean, this is Collins. This is Collins English Dictionary. I have Webster's on here, so Collins, you're not really making my point right now. But I'm going to give you Hayward's Dictionary real quick. So, invest is you put something into something for a future result. So, if you want to learn how to skate, you put time in to learn how to skate, whatever sports you practice. You invest time, effort, mind, power. You invest your time for a degree. You invest in a lot of things. You invest in your children. You invest in your family. You put time in. You give something up for future benefit. Okay? People get that. When it comes to investing with money, everybody wants the return tomorrow. I mean, that's essentially what's happening. I want it tomorrow. So that's why when we talk about things, generational wealth, what have you, we talk about them in such a short term. Generational.
Well, because a lot of it is like it's this thing that's just floating around. You know, they take it out of the schools, man. They don't teach us this at a young age, and that's not an excuse now because we have more than enough information and people that can teach. It all starts from home, not from the schools, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you light a fire and it just keeps running.
Yeah.
Social media.
Look, financial literacy in the schools is not going to happen.
Yeah, forget about it.
So let's just go. Let's just deal with that. It's not going to happen because the machine doesn't need it to happen. They don't need that. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's get off of that. So there's a number of things like, and what we talk about so much is about continuous learning. And this is a free for all show here. Even when we talk about these controversies that are happening with, they're taking this out of the school, they're taking that out of the school. Well, guess what? Your kids come home to you. Teach the kids.
100%.
Don't let forget the school. You teach the kids, and we're gonna have to do it. I mean, just in general, we're gonna have to. Even if you don't have kids, we're gonna have to teach the lessons because the lessons are getting distorted. So we have to teach it anyway. So, it's whatever with that. So, but in school, they're not going to teach you financial literacy because it'll rock the boat.
It'll derail the agenda.
Yeah. And it'll just make, the agenda, see, this is one thing about America. America ain't changing. Like like we can see here, and like the fundamentals of where it is, the trajectory is that it's gonna be, there'll be more people to be able to participate, and I think that's what. But it's man, you get hooked. It's like a TV series you get hooked into. Like some of the changes, you can go super radical with change, but often, like what you willing to give up. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's going back to this whole thing. Yeah. Generational wealth. They take it out of school, but it's you know what it is? It's a Twitter phrase. It's a hashtag. What's the roots underneath that? What's the roots? Maybe you have generational wealth. Maybe your parents left you a house that you don't want to live in no more and you renting it out and you getting income from. That's generational wealth. See, but I think the thing is, people start we don't use numbers. We use numbers conveniently. People love using numbers on how much money they make and all that. But we don't understand wealth is. So everybody thinks wealth is measured by material items.
It's not.
There's not. And in fact, half the people that go on talk about generational wealth, what do they look? They look dipped. Yes, generational wealth. Hey, look at me. I'm flying on planes. I want to leave that for whatever.
Gucci this, Gucci that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Oprah. There's Jay, Beyonce, whatever, Robert Smith is on but guess what? Everybody is not a billionaire. All right?
But however, they kept their head down to build something that got them there too. That wasn't, they weren't overnight successes.
Oh no,
far.
No, it's not disparaging to them at all.
Not at all. I'm just highlighting what's the unknown, the unspoken.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm getting to the point of saying, listen, um, you got to understand the term wealth. You got to understand it. You can't, billionaire. I mean, that's what a billionaire is. Like I always say with people, it's a scorecard. They have accumulated theoretically, and this is where you have to watch media, because I don't know. I'm not any of these folks' accountants, right? So, um, their personal balance sheet says they worth $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean they have $1 billion in cash.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean they don't have any debt. In fact, they
Mm-hmm.
probably do.
A lot, but they're using the debt to
Yeah,
their advantage, right?
yeah, it's called leverage.
Yeah.
So, but they're on the plus side. They accumulated that. Here's a great example. Kanye lost whatever they said he lost, 80 billion, something,
Mm-hmm.
800 billion, something stupid, right? In
Mm-hmm.
2 days.
Yeah.
Then he wasn't no billionaire.
True.
That's what I argument. He wasn't no billionaire.
True.
He lost it because the value. How? What
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think it was eight. I think it was 800.
he wasn't a billionaire?
Okay.
In accounting term, he had goodwill. So what I'm gonna tell you is an accounting thing. He had goodwill. It was a fair market value of the worth of his company in his partnership with Adidas. That was the value, and that was maybe they were using a lifetime value or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't have no $1 billion in cash.
True.
So that's the first thing I said. What you mean he lost $800 million? I'm like, no, because listen, if he lost $800 million in liquid assets or real assets or something, we would have a problem.
True.
Listen, I mean that's a lot of bread,
That's a
man.
lot. That is
That's a lot. So it was someone's opinion that made him $1 billion. We don't know what a lot of these things are valuation in stocks, in businesses too.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying, okay, yeah, well, how do you realize that money? You got to sell the business or fulfill the contract, and the asset will get written down. Whatever. I mean, this is getting a little too technical, but I just want to get back to wealth. We all understand what wealth is, man. Wealth is not a handbag that you can't pronounce, especially when everybody and their mother got the handbag now. So,
Limited editions.
Yeah, right.
But it's a limited edition.
Okay. So I mean, look, I'm gonna go to Investopedia. Wealth. Wealth is an accumulation of valuable economic resources that can be measured in terms of either real goods or money value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but if you have goods, a good is only as valuable as what somebody's willing to pay you for.
Pay for it. Correct.
Yeah. So that's that. So that's what we got. Wealth 101. I gotta go look. I'm gonna put it in the notes of this episode. Like, you got to go back to the show we did on wealth. We probably need to revisit it, to be honest with you. But so define wealth. Some people, I say, I mean, is your money making money for you? It's passive income. Big thing. My father always says, you read people's returns. We won't name no names, right? And they have very high. We've seen over the years, people have great W-2 wages. Good, the mythical 6-figure W-2 wages.
Mm-hmm.
But you look on their returns, and they down further. They're not getting any interest income and no dividend income because they're not invested in anything. So you work for your money. That's what you do. Same thing. When you're done working, how you gonna make money?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you're gonna go that. So you're in the stock market passively in this retirement to make your money, get your money later. But guess what? You have no more primary source of income when you retire, right?
Right.
No more income, and you have to start using that money you put aside because there's a nest egg for you to live. With us living, 80 years old, 80,
Right.
90. Who knows? People might be living to $110.
Man.
You know what I mean? And because we don't break our backs. I mean, you live sedentary, you can live. I mean, if you stay healthy, there's other healthy, but
Of course.
like this. I know I veered off. Now I'm talking about retirement, but
no, it's all part of it. It's all the same. It's the same.
Yeah, we got to get back to the hiring people, which was supposed to be what I was talking about. But I'll make this last point, all right, about retirement. A lot of our notions on retirement, like we are based in the 1950s. Like we talk about families and roles and gender roles and all that. We don't talk about our money thoughts. Retirement. Your body gave out at 45. You doing manual labor, 45, 50, your body was done. We sit behind computers. As long as you coherent, you can do that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So not only that, people 60 going to the club. They not sitting on the porch, what my grandmother green beans, snapping green beans with the grandchildren. And the club in Miami, yo, we doing it. You're gonna be living. That means you're gonna be spending bread. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna bring it back. We go back. We go back. Right? We're gonna go back.
Oh, you see, I'm just letting you run. I'm letting you run. You just get it. You gotta get it out.
I gotta get it out because it's all about a movement, man. I'm trying to visualize and say, yo, if you're one of these sole proprietors and your business, you kind of stuck because 62. I've been telling people our age for whatever. I was like, dude, don't worry about retirement. We spend too much money. And guess what? This is the part. There's a trip. Going to work usually incubates you. I mean, before Amazon, it kind of really did, but it incubates you for spending money. So I know when I was in the workforce, because I was working all the time. So you go to work. I mean, yeah, you spend on lunch, come back, but the cycle is going to work. I don't have any kids, so it's different, but you come home, but it's a different type of incubation. Mm-hmm. When you got free time, guess what you do? You spend money. So you stop going to work.
It's like vacation. When you're on vacation, you spend
all the stuff you wanted to do. You know what? I'm just gonna go. I'm going out to eat every day, 3 times a day, every day. I'm going all out. I do that because I deserve this. Because I worked hard for all this, blah blah blah. And then 15 years after your retirement, guess what? Welcome to Walmart, and they're not going to need you because they're going to have a robot there saying. So, back to the businesses. I know this is a classic episode here. It's off the hook. So you have to consider that when you have a business, and I'm starting with step 1. And this will be a multi edition. We'll talk about this, but we're gonna start at step 1. Consider growing your business. We started at the illustrious New Year's Eve edition, or the one after that. We talked about leveling up. All I'm saying is consider leveling up. Consider. Because I've run into so many people. I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't want to do it. I don't know. That's fine. That's no problem. But I'm just saying consider it. Because there's other things within the community that us increasing these businesses can do. Right. Unemployment gap. Let's get to that one. Unemployment gap. Yeah, this is Rant City. I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad you're here.
Talking to yourself, right?
What I'm just saying, it's near and dear. But let's talk about it. So, all right, I need a break anyway. So, we talk about unemployment gap. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about unemployment gap. All right, that's. I mean, would you agree that there's a perception that there's it's an employment gap? there's an employment gap for the black community. That's what I've heard. I don't know about you. Have you heard that? I don't know. So, you know, they say there's an employment gap, not enough jobs, or the unemployment rate is higher. Traditionally, the unemployment rate is higher in the black community than in other communities.
I call it campaigning.
Well, statistically speaking, I mean, it's kind of real. And it's like,
So it depends on, yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. So it depends on what level, what industry, so blue collar work, right? If you want to go there, you walk into these Walmarts now. It started out as one or two self checkout aisles. Now you have 8 or 9 of them,
yeah,
10 of them, right? So
yeah,
where do those people position to?
you making my point. That's the thing, because but I was just saying that, if we're gonna take a statistic of people
Mhm.
not being able to get jobs or whatever reason, sometimes it's because of their past or something like that.
True.
Could a smaller business? I'm not saying to risk you can't be risking your stuff now, but could a smaller business with about 10 employees pick up some of that slack? Even like you said, Walmart, you got self checkout. You know, if I have a smaller business that's successful, don't get me wrong, the small is not easy to build the business. That I don't
No.
think anything about what we talk about here is talking about it being easy. But you can hire people. They check in the box. They took one box off with the affirmative action, but they didn't take the convicted box off.
Mm-hmm.
They
Well,
ain't
they're
take
gonna
that.
do one slow piece at a time, I guess.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that because that doesn't benefit anything. So,
True.
and then the other box doesn't do anyway. See, there's too many issues out here. So, but I will say this, you know, there's an opportunity that I can understand your story. I'm a smaller business from my community. I mean, look, I'm a Biggie Smalls you in. I'm gonna put the Biggie Smalls eye on you regardless. I don't care. Just sticky, just clean. I gotta be skeptical. But there's more of an opportunity. I guess is what I'm saying is that if you had more black people hiring black people,
There
we
would
might
be
be.
no shortage. Oh, the
Well, I
shortage would
mean,
be the
it
short.
would
Not
be.
no shortage, but it'd be minimized.
It would be a bit. It's addressing the issue, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's address. It's like,
Right.
well, okay, yeah, we don't have this. What are we gonna do? It's been this way for all these years or whatever. So every time the wind blows or something, then we like, oh yeah, they not doing this. No kidding, they ain't gonna do it. They not gonna do it, and that's what I'm saying. So you build your business, you think about hiring people. You think about that and you don't have to think about when you start, but just explore it. Think about it. Think about it.
Again, I think for most of us is the fear factor, right?
Well, I know.
Fear, trust,
Uh,
fear
well,
and trust, and then um, lack of knowledge,
yeah, I get it.
right?
I'm scared every day. Been so for
Yeah.
about 30 years.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It comes with the territory. It's just
Okay.
like entertainers, athletes. Part of it is the fame. So if
Mm-hmm.
you what you trade in controlling your environment, or the opportunity to control your environment, the opportunity to do something that matters to you, the opportunity to effect change, be your own boss or something, there's a consideration for that. And part of it is fear. And part of it is uncertainty. And part of it is, I don't know. And part of it is, how much faith do you really have? It's part of it. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
think what I'm saying, I'm totally agreeing with what you're saying, but I think that the talking heads don't answer it the way I just answered it.
You're right.
They say, I'm like, yo, it's part of the game. So what you gonna do? Because when it's all good, and you ain't scared no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you think you gonna get there? That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, consider it, because there are fine individuals such as yourself that have the patience to temper that fear if you're willing to put in the work. See, that's
You
that.
just said the key word.
Yeah. But I'm starting with step one that we 3.2 million in his 1.1 jobs.
Yeah, well, how many people? How many those numbers?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How? Because I think we have this thing where if we don't necessarily feel it in our backyards, it doesn't pertain to us,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I
So
can see that.
how many black business owners or universal whatever actually look at that number and absorbs that number the way you look at it or the way I look at it?
Not a lot. That's why I'm up here sounding like
Well,
a
that's
nut.
why that number is the way it is too.
Yeah,
Obviously,
and that's why I'm sitting here looking like a nut talking about it because I'm trying to say, listen, I'm trying to be careful not to say it like in we need to do.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah.
think
I get
about
it.
that and let's consider we can do something about that. I'm not saying, oh, we go from 3.2 and we get 2.8 million because no, there's a certain aspect in this country that they are sole proprietors. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get to 1.2, 1.3, 200,000 jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
200, and the percent is slightly higher. And it
True.
can be done, is what I'm trying to say. It's not, it's like we had to, is it easy? No, not at all. But it can be done, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It can be done. But what it takes someone to say, man, I think, we're E-Myth acolytes, all right? So it's different because we read that, we subscribe to that theory. We believe in processes, scalability. All right. That's what we do. I know because what I know, we everywhere we touch and talk, that's what we
Mm-hmm.
we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's the we trying to get there. Many people are not. They're not familiar with the email. They don't understand it. They running their businesses by the skin of their teeth. Henceforth, biz therapy. Okay, we got that. But what I'm trying to do is just say it in a thing that, look, we have to and this is all races, creeds, color, whatever. Think bigger, but you don't have to think gargantuan to make something different.
So no big, hairy, audacious goals. BA.
Yeah, you can have that, but you know what? You know where those come from? A lot of those come from people that got Silicon Valley. They,
Well,
they grew to venture capital.
corporations.
Yeah,
They got to keep you. They got to keep you at a certain
yeah,
level
but
mentally, right? So they start with that. But
yeah, like the goal. Those, I think there's a social aspect where that's the concept is the same, but the way you put it.
mm-hmm.
My BHAG is hire one person, as opposed to we're doing something that has this grass thing and we're doing Series A funding and say, I'm like, we get something because we know there's a funding issue.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to be able to get, if I hire this person, whatever, I need to get credit facilities, have line of credit, and go ahead and deal with it. We still got to work on that. So it's the BHAGs. I think it's and then man, and that's a role that we can spend is taking these books that a lot of them are written with Silicon Valley eyes
Mm-hmm.
and putting them on Martin Luther King Boulevard eyes. You
True.
know, like,
True.
yo, son, like we do things as a community, we do things, we sell things, man. We make stuff to sell, whatever. It's the infrastructure behind, but then you got to think about it. Like I always say, this is it's for me. You know what's incredible to me, and I know is is logistical behind it, but it's incredible to me that there is not a national soul food restaurant chain. That's like incredible to me. That is like it blows my mind every time I sit down and think about it. It blows my mind. Like you be
Hmm.
like, I mean, it just bugs me out. I just be like, that's really and now the making of the food religion. Someone could figure it out though.
Yeah.
But
True.
I'm just saying,
True.
that's the one thing that
True.
we know everybody, yo, fried chicken chains. It's none from the people. It's unbelievable. If you really think about
Yes,
that.
that is true.
So infrastructure wise, we don't think infrastructure. We think doing. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying. This is 101. This is basic. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
you done said it, so somebody's gonna start it.
I hope so.
Somebody's gonna create it.
I don't want to. I just want to. If you use canola oil, I want to be able to. I want to be able to partake. That's all. Peanut oil worked for me too. But anyway, it ain't about me. Whoa, that might be the title because the biggest thing is that if you're gonna scale or whatever, it can't be about you, and it has to get to a point where it does not about you. So that's why I'm just introducing it to say, yo, think about this. Because there's a selfish element too. If you build something that can last beyond you, it means you can cash out. You can cash out and go do, like I say, yoga in Bali or Maldives, wherever you want to go. I mean, assuming you cash out like that. I mean, it might be Myrtle Beach. I don't know, but whatever you could do that. It's all scales, right? So it's trying to be like, man, I'm just trying to introduce it. I'm just trying to say, listen, man, think about it. We got 3.2 million black businesses that generate 1.1 million jobs. So
on the next episode, we're gonna have some diagrams and we'll walk you through.
A lot of, but I mean, it's here. That's along with the 2053 number that seemed to go into the abyss.
Oh man.
So I'm trying to, it was a study. It was, I've been hesitant to jump on it because people act like it didn't happen or whatever. I don't know. But for there to say that in 30 years, the median income of Black America will be 0. But we talking about generational wealth. You ain't gonna have wealth when you alive. You know what I'm saying? Like what you gonna leave? No, don't be fooled by the material stuff we can get now because of credit. Don't be fooled by that.
True.
That's not leaving something for somebody that for them to take whatever world they live in, for them to be able to operate in the world as what they live in, at that time. So you gotta leave them a 30-year-old car. What they gonna do with that? They're gonna be flying like the Jetsons. They ain't worry about no 30-year-old car, man. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So when we break down this stuff, and as I say, it's for anybody, what generational you gotta think. You gotta get over yourself. Can't be about you. They're like, yeah, I'm balling, but you know what it is though? I'll tell you what it is.
Come on, speak on.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know how I got here, man.
Today, this is the you show.
Yeah, it's me. I'm all on some stuff, but it's all because of the essay I wrote, man. So
I know. And then you was definitely doing your thing yesterday.
Yeah, I'm on fire, man. I need to calm down.
It's over that weather outside.
Yeah. Plus, and Stephanie just is not understanding that like we are on the air right now. Like she's steadily hitting me up right now. And I'm like, it's 11 o'clock on Saturday. So anyway, anyway, the point is, I don't even know what the point was. Where was I going? No, we listen. There's a lot to be done. There's a lot of opportunity is what I want to say. And I just hear these things because we have these information highways now. All these things, information that could come out. It's you get misinformation and you're not leading towards anything else but investing, wealth, succession. Those are 3 words that I guess we could further explore and go ahead and go after. I mean, it's just come on, man. Like, but all I'm trying to say is put that stuff up and consider those things, and then consider you want to be in business. If you just starting especially if you're starting a business, think about it in a way that if you had one person working for you,
What could that do for you?
yeah, what it could do for you.
Well,
Now,
and more importantly, what it could do for them too, right?
yeah, and
Because,
then
at,
yes,
right, because at the end of the day, you not only it goes far beyond putting somebody on payroll. It's actually about moving life forward, and it's also about um, helping to develop others. Because
yes,
I think what we don't focus on or have a good understanding is, and this is where biz therapy comes in at, is how do we continuously move life forward. So if we think about, for example, you wake up one morning sick and you can't get out of the bed, life is still moving forward. You may not go to work that day. So you may, if you have a job, you may not go to work, but you
yeah,
might get paid, right?
yeah,
But you can
vacation time.
call in sick.
Yeah,
If you're self-employed, if you don't get up and go make some money,
yep,
you're not gonna make any
yeah,
money that day, right?
yep,
However, life is still moving forward. So how do we move life forward in and outside of ourselves that will benefit our families, our communities, because we still responsible for our communities and the
yes,
growth of our communities, which turns into legacy, which allows us for those parents to make sure that we put, beyond, I'm going to say beyond the gold standard of responsible young adults in the world. You know what I mean?
yeah. See, there you go. So I yield. Now, see, you talking about that? Yeah. I was just renting. I was See your stuff. That was serious. That's why you had to say nothing. You just came on.
Look, for me, it's always head down, and you think you know this because you tell me all the time, right? Pick your head up, right? And because I'm head down, and I know where I want to go, and I just shoot past all the noise, you know.
Yeah,
But to your point, consider it. And now, if you're going to consider it, so the question becomes, how do you consider it? What do you consider? We know what the what is. How do you consider it, right? And the how is surrounding yourself with people and resources that fit what you're trying to do.
yeah. And then that's where we start. And that's it. You go there, and but along with that, but it starts. I think as we come close to a close, is man, listen. The beauty of entrepreneurship is the freedom of entrepreneurship. And so with freedom comes a lot of responsibility.
Big time.
But you can do you if you imagine it. You gotta imagine it first. You can't do what you can't what your mind conceives. You can't do what your mind doesn't conceive. So if you tell yourself, oh, I'm never gonna have any employees. I'll tell you a story. When
Right.
I started, I didn't think I was gonna have no employees. I was like, yeah. I was gonna sit in this very room, operate my situation, be here, about whoop de whoop. Then it came to a point, I was like, man, I need some help. And I got the help. And I got more help. And I got more help. Then it's in my mind. I started saying, well, wait a minute. Because I have all these other things I want to do too. Yo, so man, we get here. So we go from help to like, okay, I need somebody that I could be more specific. I need help, but now it's like, I need somebody to handle this. I need somebody to handle that. Now we up to the next iteration. Like I was talking last episode, where it's like, man, I'm trying to transfer knowledge because yes, a lot of it is still key man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's still a lot of questions that got to come to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I always take that as me needing to do more work. It's
Mm-hmm.
never the person asking me is saying that, okay, I have not provided enough information for this person to because I got very smart people. So I sound like Trump now. I got the smartest people around me, the smartest people. So, you know what I'm saying? I do that. So Now the challenge for me, and look at that, I'm saying it to myself. I'm challenging myself. Oh, I'm like, I have to transfer knowledge, and not only that, I have to transfer knowledge to people that are here and anyone that may come behind them. And heck, they may come behind me. So man, build it up. Somebody come give me the right number. I'll be in the Maldives. Hey, I'm out. I'll probably be doing something else, but I'm saying, like, do it, and that's a thing that, and yes, we've gone through the process of learning like that. What I'm trying to say is, hey, that's available to you.
Right.
It's available to you. It's not this, I mean, people always think that people with a lot of money have these glamorous businesses. Oh, it's so whatever. There's people who got like fabrication companies, multi-million, they doing 20 million or something. Like one time I was in a airport lounge in Orlando, and the guy he was actually complaining about his accountant. So I talked to his boy, got some little insight. They were both like, I was like, I didn't want to get with them like, hey,
right. Here's my card.
Yeah, no, I wasn't playing myself like that. So, and see, this is the love right here. Look who popped in. So I just let her know that we were up her singing her praises. So she blowing me up. But anyway, nice, great to have you. Great to have you. So our security detail is here now. But anyway, so the guy's in the lounge, and he's talking about, and this is very interesting. He was, because I was totally ear hustling him, talking to his man. Then he was on the phone, and he was complaining about what he's paying his accountant, so on, whatever. And he said, man, like, what did he say? Let's just I don't remember the exact numbers. He was like, yeah, I paid $1 million in bonuses last year, and I think he was at like a $20 million company or something. Like this dude out of Chicago. I do, it's nothing super sexy. I know this. I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, this dude, whatever. And he was like, and he said it. He was like, well, how much money can you make? This man said, man, he's doing numbers. So this is. He was like, how much money can you make? Like, So the entrepreneurship game ain't about the money, man. It's not about the money.
Yeah, true.
If you are an entrepreneur, the opportunity, the things you do, the freedom, all these other attributes that I often have to remember myself when the money is funny. But I mean, I have to remember that why you do it. So there's no reason that you can't stop and say, you know what? I'm going to build this out to employ 4 people. I'm going to employ young people in the summer. Every summer, I'm going to have one intern that I'm going to teach. Because guess what? Back to what you said, they don't teach in school. They don't teach entrepreneurship in school. And even the entrepreneurship they do teach in school, a lot of it is towards Silicon Valley type stuff.
Correct.
So they could work for you and learn. So guess what? You may birth another entrepreneur that can hire 10 people. So that not only is the top number of the 3 million, at some time in 2038, it could be 6.8 million Black businesses with 3.8 jobs. How about that? Is it possible?
Absolutely.
I mean, Jay-Z came out of retirement, right? You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan came back.
True.
LeBron beat Kareem's record. These are the things that we find here. Oh, yeah.
Possibilities.
But when we dealing with percentages of stuff, think about it. So that's my whole thing, and I'm on it, and it's probably going to be a part of almost everyone we go through. But I'm just saying, come on. We got to level up, man. We got to level up. And yeah, funding is jacked up. Yeah, I know that. But let me tell you something. This is another thing that I know. I'm going to close my soliloquy. So I have to, but what we said earlier, the reason that we have to teach history in the house is because we overlook the resiliency of a people that have existed under such adversity. Now everything is so hard. Now everything is hard right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
At this point in time in American history, it's hard right now. Yeah,
lost.
I'm just saying. Hardest it's ever been at this point in time in America. You see what I'm saying? Like, so hard. The hardest bit was hard. Hard.
I don't think I wasn't back then, but I know what hard is. And this ain't hard.
That's what I'm saying. None of us were there back then. But my point is, when you look and you be like, well, if I take, but it's a. That's what I mean. We
It's
get
just work.
detached from
It's
history.
just work. It's just work.
Yeah,
It's
it's work. It's another gear of work.
you
But
know
but that's the point. We get detached from history,
yeah.
and we ain't talking no 200 years ago.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, detached from history is hard. We can't get no money. We can't get okay. When did that ever happen? So it's like something was taken away. Wait. Oh, when did that go down? I wasn't aware of that. That's we just had this whole this whole apparatus, which we did. We did have certain apparatuses, but we'll get into that. We'll get that on the financial flip side. See,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
giving a little preview financial flip side content in here, but when was it easy? So I don't know. I mean, I feel about that. I feel that way. And I mean, everybody may not agree. I mean, that's fine. But I just feel, we think about it. Think about your business in terms of it being 10 times what
Mhm,
it is.
mhm.
Think about it. Because then you'll make, and honestly, you'll make decisions in that vein. If you do your business thinking just for you, I mean, it's not going to get but so big. This is how it is. I can let the biz therapy guy talk about that. But anyway. So you have your day conversations with Corey, be all you. I'll just sit there and nod. So it's all your fault once again. Yes. Our pregame got me all hyped and stuff.
Who wakes up on a rant? Oh my goodness.
This guy, I just do. But it's not like an ignorant rant.
No. I mean, because you know, if this was a TV show, it would be super funny. How we get on the phone.
It's super
We
funny.
talking about, we get the business out the way. Hey, y'all got a quick question about something, and then boom, it turns into something totally different.
Yeah, look at it. They all
Hey,
carried over. Yeah,
you know, it
yeah. So,
just
oh yeah, she told us she was on. Yeah, she said I called Stephanie. I was out there. I was like, yo, you blowing me up. Like I'm in the office right now. Only office we got. So, but
nah,
no,
we have offices all over the place. What do
that's
you mean?
right. Office in the mind, son.
No, we virtual, so we could go
Yeah,
anywhere.
we can go
We're not
right.
tied to no place.
Yeah, we can work. We can work with anybody, any place, any time,
Tied
any
to no
industry.
any city, any
Yeah, it doesn't
state.
matter. That which makes the initiative that we laid out possible. The first part, I ain't even give them the whole thing, right? You realize?
Nah, yeah, I know.
So,
That's too much right now.
yeah, it was too much. I
Too
had
much.
to do it, a little at a time. It's a little bit too much.
But you did a great job today.
Well, thank you.
You
Thank
know.
you. I mean, it's really like if I carried the meeting over. This was like the public version.
Oh,
Public.
you were getting out what was left over from yesterday, right?
Yeah, but this is more public style. Just like,
Understood.
but it's a call.
Call to
Like,
action. It's a call to action.
yeah, it's a CTA, man. I mean, just when you sitting at the table talking about, think about it, man. There's the social economic impact of doing this it could be real and it's marginal.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is not. No, we gonna. That's just like when people say they want to get out of debt. They done accumulated debt for 20 years and they want to extinguish it in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do that? Like what? So anywho, all right, man. That's all I got, man. I'm done. I'm worn out. I'm drinking
Time
the
to take a
water.
nap. Time to take a nap.
I gotta chill out, man. So, but listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in and listening to the one man act. Like, plenty of sound bites that we put there. So yeah, but check us out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel down there at the bottom. Down there at the bottom. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. So when we put up these shorts, since you don't have to watch. I figured out how to do the shorts last night, so they don't have to watch the whole show. Pull out the highlights. So I'm gonna do a whole playlist of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just be all you. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. That's like yeah, you gotta bring your lunch to listen to his stuff. So, you have to rewind it. Like, wait a minute, what did he say? Hold on, let me think about that. Be like, the egg of the center is actually outside the middle. Like, what did he say? Oh, you like Ghostface? Like, what? Like, it's dope, but I don't even know what he's talking about. But I can't turn it off. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, so check the YouTube channel.
You're a lunatic, man.
Yeah, are you right? That's right. And go check us on LinkedIn. On a LinkedIn page, but we got more content coming out, more than enough. And let us know what you think. What do you think? Can we drink? Can we think bigger? Can we scale? I think the biggest part is a dialogue. It's not coming from me. You need to think about it. Talk about it. What are you afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
Let's discuss it. Let's collaboratively address the fear and work against the fear. I mean, because it's for something bigger than ourselves. And then so if you say generational wealth, I'll leave generational success. Or at least the opportunity for it. I mean, I have no money, but I can tell you how to make some money. I mean, think about it. Think bigger. That being said, I don't know. You got any important words, or we chucking up deuces, man. It's up to you, man.
I'm just gonna say, drink a lot of water, stay cool. Matter of fact, eat some fruit, stay cool. We in the midst of the summertime. For everybody, enjoy yourself. Be safe out here. It's a lot going on for the kids. Have fun. Don't ruin your life. We still have a lot more schooling and learning to do. For our business owners, it's a perfect planning phase and stage to launch into the upcoming year. So let's do it.
All right. Well, hey, with that being said, we out. I don't even know if we got an outro going on today. We're in a different studio. So, I mean,
so
I'm gonna